fine.
This call is now being recorded.
Fine, yeah. Hello, hi everyone. So in today's class, so if you talk about like what are we going to cover in the today's class, so we'll be looking at the programming concept known as recursion. Okay, so we'll cover a single programming concept which is known as recursion. Other than that, we'll practice a large number of questions. We'll practice a large number of questions and we'll code all these questions, which will make you clear how we do make use of recursion, for loop, conditionals, and everything. Okay, in order to solve the basic problem of our daily life. Okay, so this is our agenda for the today's class. But before starting with the today's topic, if I ask any one of you, can anybody please tell me what do you mean by recursion concept? Anyone here is aware of the recursion concept? Anybody please? Guys, you can.
Something that reoccurs.
Great. So you are saying that something which reoccurs. Reoccurs. Great. So anything which has a tendency to repeat. Am I right?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Other than this, anybody else would like to try? This is definitely the right answer. Other than this, anyone would like to try? Like, what do we mean by recursion? Okay, fine. Divyanshi, can you give some example of this topic?
So, like in loops, if we need to search something and I mean, while searching for a number in a list of numbers, we need to keep the loop going, I mean, repeatedly. There we can use recursion.
Definitely. So this is the right answer. Good. So let me give you a few of the examples. Definitely, you are right. Definitely. Okay. So like there are different type of searching in a list. Okay. So in there we can make use of the recursion concept as well. Fine. So if I talk about few of the examples, let us try to understand. Okay. So suppose that we are given a problem, and the problem is that you have to find out the sum of first 10 natural numbers, not 10, like 5 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And the point is that you have to find out the sum of these 5 natural numbers. Okay, so if I talk about like how do we perform this task, very simple. Like this is first number, we take the second number, it's 1 plus 2. Then we take the third number, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Then we take the fourth number, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Then we take the fifth number, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Right? So because we have already done this problem with the help of the for loop. So how did we do this? So we used to initialize a variable in the beginning, having the value 0. And then we used to make a for loop upon this list and accessing each of the element one by one. So, and then summing like s used to 0. So on the first iteration, we used to do for I in, like suppose that x, for I in x. So the first number of I is what? 1. So, so what we used to do is that s is equal to s plus I. So when the first iteration I is 1, s is 0. So this s is going to update by the first number, that is 1. Then it goes back to the second number. So what is the second number? Second, 2. And then what is the s now? S is not 0. S is now 1. Okay? So it will do 1 plus 2. So it is 3. So at the second iteration, s has become 3. Then it goes back again to the third number. So what is third number? 3. So it again does what? S is equal to s plus 3. S is what? 3 plus 3, which is 6. Again, it goes back to the list and the fourth number. So 6 plus 4, that is 10. Then again, it goes to the last number and then 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15. So this is how we used to solve this task. Okay, but here we can see one pattern is that, like suppose that we have to find the summation till this number. So how it was being done? So we just used to add the last number to the sum of the previous all the numbers. Then if you had to find the sum of the first 4 natural numbers, then 4 plus first 3 natural numbers. 3, then 3 plus first 2 natural numbers. 2, so 2 plus first natural number. and 1 is 1. Okay. If I talk about the another example, suppose that we know the example of factorials. So, okay, so I'm assuming that all of you must be aware of the concept of factorial. So factorial is nothing but simply suppose that we have to find out 3 factorial. So it is nothing but simply 3 into 2 into 1. If you have to find out 10 factorial, it is your 10 cross 9 cross 8 cross 1. So fine. Yeah. So it is basically a factorial function, that is pi. I goes from 1 to n I. So it means like multiplying the all the numbers till 1. Okay. Now suppose that we have to find out the factorial 10. Just try to understand, like if you have to find out the factorial 10, so it will be what? 10 factorial. How will you do this? 10. Okay, fine. And one of the property of factorial is that 10 factorial is equal to 10 into 9 factorial. Why? Because 10 into 9 factorial is what? 9 into 8 factorial. It can be further written as 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 factorial. It can further be written as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 factorial. It can further be written as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 factorial. Further, you can bring it down to 4 factorial, and so on. It will go till the last will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we can see one thing, like as the Divyanshi said, so some pattern is there. Some pattern is there. And what is the pattern? 10 factorial is what? 10 into 9 factorial. 9 factorial is what? 10 into 9 into 8 factorial. 8 factorial is what? 8 into 7 factorial. It means that we can write n factorial as equal to, n into factorial n minus 1. Am I right or not, guys? If anybody do not understand this concept, you can ask me right now. Divyanshi, is this clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Good. So anyone is there who to whom this concept is not clear? So if it is clear to all of you, kindly give +1 in the chat so that I can proceed further. Okay. Guys, fine. I'm just fine. Good. Good. Nice. Okay. So fine. So we are able to understand that we can write n factorial as n cross factorial of n minus 1. Okay. Now, similarly, what we saw, we could find the sum of n natural numbers as n dot sum n minus 1 plus n plus sum n minus 1. No, it's again 10th plus, yes, yeah, we are right, definitely. Okay, so n is equal to sum of n minus 1. Because अगर हमें 100 natural numbers का sum find out करना है, so what will do? 100 plus sum of first 99 natural numbers. So just try to understand. This sum 99 will be what? 100 plus 99 plus sum of 98. This can further be written as 100, 99, 98, 97. And it will come down to what? The last will be sum 1. And sum 1 will be what? 1, because first number is what? 1. Okay, guys. So these type of problems where we are finding some particular repeat, some pattern which can be repeated again and again and again. Okay, these type of problems are known as your recursion, basically. Okay, so these kind of problems are known as your recursion. कहने का मतलब सिंपल फंडा है, अगर आपको कोई भी ऐसे टास्क को सॉल्व करना है जहां पे एक पैटर्न को आप फाइंड आउट करके उसे रिपीट कर सकते हो, तो वहां पे हम रिकर्शन कॉन्सेप्ट को यूज करते हैं. Okay, guys. Now, in today's class, we are going to see few of the applications. Like we'll try to code for this, how to find the factorial using recursion concept, how to find the sum using the recursion concept, and a lot of different tasks. Okay, and one of the tasks that we'll do in today's class is that we'll try to draw some pattern like this. Okay, we'll try to draw some patterns like this as well in today's class. Okay, guys. So, and after that, we will proceed with the band fatigue related problems. Okay, so this is the agenda for the today's whole class. Okay, which I want to cover. So I'm going to share my laptop screen now. Fine. Okay, so yeah. Fine. I want that like we should go together. Fine. So first we'll start with the factorial problem. Not factorial. First we'll start with the summation problem. Good. Okay, fine. Now we'll go with the first using the for loop, and then we'll go with the recursion statement. So suppose that we have a list here 10. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we have a simple list. Expand. Yeah. One. Just a minute. Fine. 10, 20, 30, 40. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So guys, like the problem is that like we have to find out the sum of first n natural numbers. Okay. So what we saw to just now is that like some natural numbers n. And now just try to understand. So जब हम लोग like if else condition समझ रहे थे, so what we saw. So we first tried to give the exceptional case or the case which we know it is going to happen for sure. And what is that case? Like that case will be when n is equal to 1. So what we know is that when n will be equal to 1, we just want to return. Like because when n will be 1, we just return. Okay. So return. Otherwise, else we want to n, and then what we saw, we were repeating this particular function. Okay. So and n minus 1. Fine. So if I'm going to try to run this function, let us try to see. So are we able to get the answer or no? Sorry. Okay. Just give us a minute. N is equal to 1, return else. So what is the error? Yeah, fine. So 2 will return as 3, 5, and fine, guys. Yeah. So we have completed the function. So now just try to understand this particular function, how is it working. Okay. So the last statement must be very clear to you. That is, अगर हमें 10 natural numbers का sum निकालना है, so it will work like this. So 10 plus sum of 9 numbers. So then it will again go to the first. So just try to understand, like we have given the input as 10. Okay. So it went here, n is equal to 1. So it will check that is n equal to 1? Definitely not. So it is saying that n is not equal to 1. So it will return n. Okay. Because definitely when n is not equal to 1, we want that the number should go into another loop. So it will return n, and then it went to another else loop. Okay. And then it has performed that n plus sum but minus 1. So n is what? 5 plus sum of 4. Again it went back to the upper. So now n is 4. So n is equal to 1? No. So it will again return, and then it went to the this particular loop. So 4 plus sum of the 4 minus 1, 3. Again it went, but at the last, when n will be equal to 1, it will just return you 1. Okay. And till there 1, it has added up all the numbers. Fine. So till we will get 1, till 1, it has added up all the numbers, and that will return you the sum of all the natural numbers. Fine. So suppose that using the same concept, if we have to code for factorial. Okay, so if we have to code for factorial, so how can we do? Like just factorial x, and now we again have to think like this, very simple. So first else is very simple, like else return x into factorial x minus 1. So this we know. Now we have to pass the if condition. If x is equal to 1, because we know the factorial of 1 is what? 1, or x is equal to 0. 0 factorial is also 1 only. So x is equal to 1. And it's okay. Factorial t 6, factorial 5, and factorial 10. Great. So here you can clearly see that we are passing the condition that if x is equal to 1 or x equal to 0, then we know it should return 1. Otherwise, it simply needs to perform this recursion function, that is x into factorial of x minus 1, and it will go again and again and again, and then it will give you the sum of the numbers. Sorry, not the sum, the product of all the numbers till 1. Okay, so this is how the recursion function is used to find the factorial of the numbers. If we have to design a factorial function without using recursion concept, then also we can do very simple, like suppose that, so def fact x and f is equal to 1. And now, so it is very simple, like we have to find the factorial of this number. So what I will do, so I need to find the product of all the numbers from 1 to the number which we want as the factorial. So for sorry, I in range 1 comma x plus 1 comma 1. Fine. and then f will be equal to f star I. Okay, and then I will say return me f. Now let us try to see fact 5. 120, 3, 1, it will be 1, 2, it will be 2, 10, it is, you can see that these two are the same. So this is basically the application of factorial concept. And even without making use of factorial concept, you can solve this task. But factorial is a very important programming concept, because you can solve a lot of bigger problems when making use of factorial problems. Very complex problems, you can break them down into a smaller problem. You just need to find out some pattern which is being repeated again and again and again, and you can solve your problems. Okay, guys. So if anybody is here who have not been able to understand this concept, recursion, and how to implement this task, you can ask me. So I am pasting the code here in the chat. Okay, yeah. Fine, guys. So till here, is it clear to everybody, guys? Can you please give a +1, like if you are completely comfortable with this particular concept with the factorial and how to find the sum of n natural numbers using recursion concept? You can give a +1 in the chat. Otherwise, I can explain once again. Okay, fine. Great. So now after this, I would like to explain you few other examples based upon this concept only. Okay, guys. Now just try to think, like if we have to draw some pattern like this. See, guys, suppose that you have to draw a pattern something like this. Okay, so you have to draw a pattern something like this. So how can you draw such patterns? Okay, so it's a triangle, like you have to draw a triangle like this. Okay, so how can you do this thing? Okay, and if you have to draw a pattern something like this, so how can you draw such patterns? Okay, so now I'll try to make you understand what are the different places where these concepts are being used. Okay, and how you can make use of these concepts in order to understand the programming in a much better manner. And trust me, guys, like these are the fundamental things in the any programming language which will help you understand at a very good level. Okay, so I will highly recommend, like after going through the today's lecture, guys should go and practice at least 10 different examples based upon these concepts. Okay, then only you'll be able to understand and follow these concepts. Okay, now suppose that we have to draw a pattern something like this. Okay, so we want to draw a pattern something like this. Okay, so how can we do that? This is a problem now. Okay, or if you have to draw a pattern something like this, how can you draw a pattern something like this? Okay, so these are our problems now, and now I will show you how you can draw such patterns. Okay, guys. So before going to the pattern, like how to draw this pattern, I would ask any one of you who would like to volunteer and just try to understand this pattern. Like ये pattern कैसे बनना होगा? ठीक है, तो हम उसके थ्रू से फिर ट्राई करेंगे कोड करने की। ओके, सो एनीवन वुड लाइक टू गिव सम आइडिया हियर कि इस पैटर्न में हम क्या क्या चीजें आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं। पहले हमें इस पैटर्न के अंदर कुछ चीजें यूनिक फाइंड आउट करनी है, लाइक कोई पर्टिकुलर ट्रेंड जो फॉलो हुआ है, कैसे ट्रेंड गया है, क्या जो हम ड्रॉ करने में हेल्प करेगा। ओके, सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एनीवन ऑफ यू हियर इन द कॉल would like to help me out, like to in order to understand this particular structure of this particular design.
Yeah, there is some definite structure with the number of rows and columns.
Good. So one pattern is that there are fixed number of rows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right?
Right.
Okay, then what is the second pattern?
Number of columns.
Okay, so number of columns is then fixed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 rows are there, 5 columns are there, definitely. Good, nice. After that?
Oh, I can't think much.
Okay, no issues. Anyone else?
Number of rows are increasing and then it is decreasing.
Good. So number of stars in the rows are first increasing and then it is decreasing, right? Good. So this is the observation. Good, nice. So what we can see is that first it is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. That is going back to 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, fine. So you can see here one thing is that the number of stars are increasing to a particular level, and then number of stars is decreasing after that. First it is increasing and then it is decreasing basically. Yeah, fine. So we can divide this particular structure into two forms. First of all, okay, we can divide this structure into two different forms. One is the increasing, other is the decreasing. One is the increasing and other is the decreasing pattern. So fine. Okay, so yeah. So just try to understand this code which I've written here. I will try to explain you this code. Okay. Fine. So see guys, I will comment it down and then we'll explain you each row one by one. Okay. So what I'm doing here first of all is that I'm defining a function here called down underscore star. So this is the function for going down the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Down underscore num. So this is basically the number of rows that we want to generate. And we are saying that if down underscore num is 0, obvious, like 0 row कुछ होगा नहीं, तो उसके लिए हमने कहा अगर 0 row है तो आप function वहीं पे end कर दो. So when we say that return something, it will do nothing but simply none, or it will terminate the function. It means that after getting the down underscore num equal to 0, we want to terminate the function. Okay. So after getting the number of rows equal to 0, we want to terminate the function. Therefore, it is ending. Otherwise, what will happen is that down underscore star. So it is a recursive function again. So down underscore star bracket down underscore num. Down underscore num is what? Number of rows that will pass, and -1, because we want to lower down. So I will give it 10. So 10 minus 1, 9. Then 10, 9 minus 1, 8. 8 minus 1, 7, and so on till 1. When it will go 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So it will go to 0. 0 return. it will terminate the function after getting it 0. Then, like suppose what we are doing here is that, like when we are like suppose that we are giving 5, so it will print 5 stars. Then it will lower down the number with 1, the 4, and then it will print 4 stars. So star into, because what we saw in the previous classes is that strings are multiplicative in nature. Okay, so we can perform multiplication operation over strings. Okay, so let us try to understand, like see what it is doing. Down underscore star and 5. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see here how these gaps are being introduced here. So suppose that if I am going to this, now these gaps will end. You can see here. See, okay, but I don't want to generate much gaps. Fine. Now suppose that if I'm going to end this, so will it do anything? So definitely not, because we are not returning here anything. Okay, and you can give any structure which you want to generate. If you want to generate this, it will generate this. So you can see here that we are able to generate the pattern according to our interest. Okay, guys. So this is a very important concept, like how using recursion you can play. Like you can see that we're not making use of any for loop, any while loop, or anything. All these problems can be solved with the help of for loop also, while loop also, and all those things. Okay, but we are not making use of all those concepts here. Very simple concept, and we're trying to understand this pattern. Okay. Now suppose so this is basically the first half. Now we have to draw the second half. So we have to draw now the second half. So the second half is nothing but simply the reverse of this. So if you just reverse this particular pattern, the second half will be obtained. So if we copy paste this particular here, now just try to understand. See, you can see here that we have been able to draw the reverse of this structure as well. Okay. How have we done this? Very simple. So just try to understand. Here we will need to pass 2 parameters. Okay. So here we need to pass here 2 parameters. So the num is the first parameter, and up underscore limit is the second parameter. Second parameter is telling you to which particular row we want to generate this pattern. Which particular row we want to generate this particular pattern or the trend. Okay, so fine. Okay, and then we are saying that if num equal to up limit. So first of all we have to understand the इस फंक्शन को चेंज कर लेते हैं, इसे हम कर देते हैं अप स्टार एंड अप स्टार. Yeah. So just try to understand. So we are updating the num with 1 every time. Okay. So in the beginning, num is 1. So we'll update num with 1. So it will again get updated again every iteration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Till what particular level we want to update, increase it. So to the level where number of rows we want. So if you want to generate to 5 times, So up limit will give as the 5, 6. Okay, so अगर आपको 6 टाइम बनता है आप एक ज्यादा कर दो. It depends upon you, like because in Python we follow the convention from 1, therefore we are giving here. Okay, now so it is increasing with 1 every time. So if it is 6, so it will, like when num, so num is getting updated with 1 every time. So when num will be equal to up limit at the maximum number of the rows, at that time the function will terminate. So we are telling the Python that terminate the function when the number has reached to the upper limit. The upper limit is what? Your number of rows that we want to generate. Okay, and then it will return. And till that, keep on updating with 1. So you can see here. But this is not a task. A task was what? To join the two patterns, the trends. So what I can do now, I can now draw a function pattern and combine the two. So, एक second. Fine. Down underscore num, comma, fine. And then I will call these two functions together. Now let us try to understand. Are we able to get something or not? So down we want to get 5. We want to increase with 1 and then 6. Oh, it is giving me error. Down is still missing one required position. Yes, definitely. Because हमने गलती से वो function run कर दिया था. Now see. So we have been able to generate such a pattern on the trend. Is it clear to guy all of you? Like you can see, like I have given you here 3 applications. Like so what I've done here, I generated 2 different functions. So the first function I generated to go down, like increasing trend. Then I generate another function to decreasing trend. And then I merge the 2 functions together. I merge the 2 functions together to draw the required pattern. You can see that we are able to generate the required result. Okay. It's fine. एक कम देना पड़ेगा तब जाके वो एंड होगा, नहीं तो वो रो बार बार आएगा. Great. So guys, is this concept clear to all of you or not? Please tell me so that I can understand.
तो
Yeah.
थोड़ा सा एक रिकैप दे दो तीनों का.
Good. So बता देता हूँ. Fine. So मैं दोबारा से रिपीट करो पूरा पैटर्न एक बार, ठीक है? दो ध्यान से प्लीज. So just try to understand this concept, like how is it happening? Okay, so our task is to generate a pattern something like this. Okay, and in order to generate this particular pattern, what we will have to first try to divide this particular problem into different steps. Okay, and then we will try to observe like what are the different patterns, the trends that is being followed here, and then we will try to design just give me a minute. फाइन. सो अभी हमें क्या करना है, लाइक वी हैव टू ब्रेक डाउन दिस पर्टिकुलर कंप्लीट डिजाइन इनटू डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. सो हमने दो पार्ट डिजाइन देखा, लाइक ओके हमने दो डिजाइन देखा कि एक हमारा इंक्रीजिंग पैटर्न है, फिर हमारा डिक्रीजिंग पैटर्न है, इंक्रीजिंग एंड देन डिक्रीजिंग. सो इंक्रीजिंग के लिए हम एक फंक्शन डिजाइन कर सकते हैं और फिर हम एक फंक्शन डिक्रीजिंग के लिए डिजाइन कर सकते हैं, राइट. सो जब हम इंक्रीजिंग के लिए डिजाइन करेंगे तो उसे हम एक अलग फंक्शन कहेंगे which is here down star, and for the decreasing we'll design another function which is here up star. So decreasing increasing में हमें एक चीज देखना है, क्या हम यहां से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, हमने 5 दिया तो हमें 5 के बाद 4 चाहिए, 4 के बाद हमें 3 चाहिए, फिर 2 चाहिए, फिर 1 चाहिए. तो हमारा रिकर्सिव फंक्शन जनरेट हो रहा है ना, बिकॉज 5 के बाद 4 स्टार जनरेट हो रहा है. फिर इस वाले को, बिकॉज ये जो 3 है इसको कितने जनरेट करने हैं उसके लिए हमें इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं चाहिए, इसके लिए हमें खाली इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जरूरी है, 1 स्टेप बिलो ओनली. देन सिमिलरली इसके लिए हमें ओनली इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जरूरी है, हमें इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जरूरी नहीं है. सो ओनली 1 स्टेप बैक वी नीड टू गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन. सिमिलरली फॉर दिस वी नीड टू इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम हियर. ओके, सो we can make use of the recursion concept here. Then for the below, like for this particular pattern, and the lower one, it is increasing now. So we have to now, like, we'll begin from here, like this one. So 6, then sorry, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. तो अब हमें डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लाना है पैटर्न, ठीक है. तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम 1 से स्टार्ट करते हैं, फिर हमारा 1 जाएगा, 1 से 2 ड्रॉ होगा, फिर 3 ड्रॉ होगा, फिर 4 होगा, फिर 5 होगा. सो द रिकर्शन वर्क्स इन दिस पर्टिकुलर मैनर. सो हमने यही किया यहाँ पे, देखो आप कि हमने डाउन स्टार एक फंक्शन डिजाइन किया. सो वी डिजाइन अ फंक्शन कॉल्ड डाउन स्टार in which we pass the argument as down underscore num. So, and we then said that, like, if down num is equal to 0, then we'll definitely terminate the function. Otherwise, we'll keep on decreasing the trend, like the down num with 1, and then print the star, whichever structure you want to generate again. Then another pattern we need to increase with the 1, and number of rows we'll have to mention upper limit. So upper limit we need to mention because here you will now begin from 1 to the top. We'll go to in the reverse direction. So we'll have to assign the upper limit. Okay. So for that we assign the upper limit here, and then as soon as this particular condition will be fulfilled, the function will terminate, and then we need to merge the two functions into a single function. Okay. And then you will need to pass all the arguments in the right format. Okay. And then you can run these programs and you will get this particular structure. Is it clear now, Chaya?
Yeah, look, it's clear.
Good. So मैं ये तीनों एक साथ भेज दे रहा हूँ so that you guys can try right now. Good. Fine. So I have shared all the three functions for this. Okay. Fine. Now I want to again perform one more task, use the recursion function only. And this is known as basically your Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series. So this is a very important point. So इसमें हम क्या करते हैं? Just try to understand this concept as well. Okay. So एक second, I will try to first explain this concept. So see, now there is a series which is known as your Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series. It is very simple. Like करता क्या है ये? Simple है. लाइक फिबोनाची ऑफ 0 1 होता है, फिबोनाची ऑफ 1 भी 1 होता है, ध्यान रखना आप बस। नाउ देन जब हम फिबोनाची ऑफ n डिफाइन करते हैं, सो इट इज बेसिकली योर फिबोनाची ऑफ n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. Very simple. It means that the new number is equal to sum of the previous two numbers. The new number is the sum of the previous two numbers. So it means, like, suppose that we have to find out Fibonacci of 10. So Praneeth, can you tell me, like, what will be Fibonacci of 10? Praneeth, are you there? Why might be not there?
Sir, will that be starting from 0 till 0 to 1, 1 plus 1, then
नहीं
1
नहीं
plus
नहीं
2?
एक सेकंड अभी हमें खाली फिबोनाची ऑफ 10 की बात करनी है, तो खाली फिबोनाची ऑफ 10 क्या होगा? वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द सीरीज, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द नंबर हियर ओनली। सो व्हाट विल बी फिबोनाची ऑफ 10? बताओ।
9 plus 8.
Definitely. So it will be Fibonacci of 9 n minus 1, 10 minus 1, 9 plus 8. Similarly, now just try to understand. अगर हमें एक फिबोनाची सीरीज डिजाइन करनी है, हमें एंड टिल 100, हमें फिबोनाची सीरीज डिजाइन करनी है टिल 100. So how will this particular task be done? Very simple. See, so we know that, like, first, if n is equal to 0 or n is equal to 1, so what will be this? It will return you 1 only. Am I right or not? Sashud, am I right?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, am I right? Like, I'm saying that if n is equal to 0 or n is equal to 1, then it will return me 1.
Yeah.
Good. Then otherwise, what it will do basically, it will simply do Fibonacci n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. Simple. Okay, so it will just return you Fibonacci n minus 1 and this, and you can write here return. And then we can put all this thing into a function, Fibonacci n. Very simple. We will not try to code this class. Okay. So see, like, depth, we can design x करते हैं, and now we know if x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1, return 1, else return fabo x minus 1 plus fabo x minus 2. Now just try to see. Fabo. Yes. Oh, sorry. एक सेकंड, मैंने क्या कर दिया था? ओके फाइन, जहां पे हमने 9 plus 8 लिखा था, माइंड मिस्टेक, सॉरी, जहां पे हमने f of 10 लिखा था 9 plus 8, it will be fabo 9 of 8 and fabo of 8, sorry, fabo series of 9, fabo series of 8. Okay, fine. So see, so fabo of 10 will be what? 89. Fabo of 5 will be what? It will be fabo of 4, fabo of 3. Now our task is to generate this series. Okay, so how we can do this? See, for, like, suppose that we want to generate first 100 Fibonacci series numbers. Not 100, 10 करते पहले हम, ठीक है? 10 Fabo I. Now let us see. Sorry, हमने in दिया, yeah. Now see, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. Let us try to understand, is the pattern being followed or not? Fab of 0 is 1, fab of 1 is 1. Fab of 2 will be what? Fab of 0 plus fab of 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Fab of like Fibonacci series of fourth number will be what? Second number plus first number. So 1 plus 2 will be 3. This will be 2 plus 3. 3 plus 5, 8. 5 plus 8, 13. 8 plus 13, 21. 13 plus 21, 34. 34 plus 55. That's why it will be 19, 89. Got it, guys, or not? So, yeah. Is this clear to everybody? Like, how are we trying to generate those like these patterns by making use of recursion concepts? समझ में आ रही है आपको कि नहीं आ रही? अगर नहीं आ रही तो आप पूछ सकते हो प्लीज गाइस. हेलो हेलो.
एक बार फिर से ही एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे भैया.
तो बहुत ही सिंपल है, ठीक है. पहले हमारा क्या है कि हमें चेक करना है कि इफ कंडीशन क्या है, एंड वी नो दैट इफ कंडीशन इज वेरी सिंपल. अगर हमारा नंबर 0 या 1 है तो वो रिटर्न 1 ही करेगा. उसके अलावा कुछ भी हो तो वो हमारा रिटर्न करेगा उसके एक स्टेप पीछे का नंबर और एक सेकंड स्टेप पीछे का नंबर, राइट. एंड उनका समेशन होता है. इट इज समेशन ऑफ द n-1 प्लस n-2. सो और फिर हमें वो सारे नंबर जनरेट करने, पहले 10 नेचुरल नंबर, पहले 10 Fibonacci सीरीज नंबर. Therefore, we run a loop for I and range this, and then print fabo of I. Very simple. And fabo क्या होता है? आपने फंक्शन डिजाइन किया यहाँ पे. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. And guys. Okay, fine. So, yeah. So, anybody here who has not been able to understand this concept of Fibonacci series? और कोई है यहाँ पे जिसको recursion समझ में नहीं आया? Like, what is recursion? How do recursion works and all these things? Anybody here? Guys, please either yes or no कुछ तो बोल दो, please.
Yes, समझ आ गया आलोक.
चलो, good.
हाँ, but वही practice चाहिए बाद में.
And definitely, because like these concepts, if you not practice, ये चीजें हवा में जाएंगी.
Right.
It is like, okay. वो मैं लाइफ में पहली बार पढ़ा रहा हूँ ये सारे टॉपिक्स, ठीक है. Fibonacci series and all these things for the first time in my life I am teaching, and like I've also practiced for the first time only. मैंने भी इससे पहले like only for loop से यूज करता था. Fine. Fine. Now I'm going to give you a question here. So, and I'm giving total 10 minutes of time. Okay. So I'm giving a question here for the 10, which will have total 10 minutes of time, and you have to finish this task. Okay. And the question is this. आपको इस टाइप का पैटर्न ड्रॉ करना है. आपको इस टाइप का पैटर्न ड्रॉ करना है, ठीक है. सी. सो देखो, जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट. ओके. सो ये जो हमारा जो ब्यूटीफुल डायग्राम दिख रहा है हमें, इसका भी सेम पैटर्न है. फर्स्ट इट डिक्रीजिंग एंड देन इट इज इंक्रीजिंग. मतलब पहले डिक्रीजिंग देन इंक्रीजिंग. फाइन. सो इसे हम दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. Am I right, Chad? This can be divided into two parts, no?
Yeah.
Fine. So 2 parts we can divide, and after dividing it into 2 parts, okay. So this will be another like bottom down, and this will be the upper part. Okay. So this is a task that I'm giving you here. that you have to design these two patterns right now. Okay, one is this pattern. Okay, and another is this pattern, and then we'll be combining these two patterns into this pattern. You are free to make use of any concept, either recursion, for loop, while loop, whatever you want to make use of. You are free to make use of any concept and generate a pattern something like this. Is the problem statement clear to guys or not? आपको एक इस टाइप का पैटर्न ड्रॉ करना है जहां पे पैटर्न है कि 1 है, 3 है, 5 है, 7 है, 9 है एंड सो ऑन. इतने स्टार्स जनरेट होंगे. फिर आपके लास्ट टू में जितने पैटर्न स्टार्स होंगे, फिर वहां से वो डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में 1 तक जाएगा. And this is the odd number of stars that we are generating. Second thing is that अगर हमारे पास मान लो कि हमने 5 दिया, तो हमारे पास 5 के डबल 11 स्टार होंगे लास्ट रो. जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. हम इतने की बात कर रहे हैं अभी. अगर एक सेकेंड, अभी हम इतने की बात कर रहे हैं ओनली. ठीक है, एक सेकेंड, सॉरी. Suppose that if we're talking about only this top pyramid, just try to understand this concept. Okay, if we're talking about this top pyramid, so we can see that it is following such a beautiful structure that one star is going in this particular pattern, then another star is in the same line, and then symmetry is there. Symmetry is there. You see that the left half is equal to the similar to the right half. Okay. Then what you can see that yeah, so symmetry is there definitely. Then it is increasing because definitely symmetry होने के लिए जितना left to the right होना चाहिए. तो obvious आपका odd number pattern जाएगा always. ठीक है. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Sorry, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 star यहाँ पे होंगे. Yes. Okay. And then it will have the 11 stars. Great. Fine. Then अगर हम इसको समझने की कोशिश करें तो यहाँ पे देखो कि ओपन स्पेस है, लाइक स्पेसेस हैं. तो स्पेस कैसे क्रिएट होंगे वो थोड़ा सोचना है. कि सिंपल है. सपोज दैट हमने 11 स्टार जनरेट करने, तो हमें पता है कि लास्ट रो में 11 स्टार्स होंगे.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Your screen is not visible. It's just for me or for...
Yeah, it's not visible. I was going to say.
Okay.
पहले बोलना था.
I think मेरा नेटवर्क इशू हुआ इसलिए मैंने लेफ्ट करी मीटिंग फिर से ज्वाइन की. बट
सॉरी माय मिस्टेक. चलो ठीक है, अब दो मुझे दोबारा से एक्सप्लेन करें. मैं दोबारा एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. ठीक है.
ओके.
सी सपोज दैट हमें इतने पैटर्न को समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. इज द स्क्रीन विजिबल नाउ?
या.
सो जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पैटर्न. सो हम इस पैटर्न को हमें ड्रॉ करना कुछ ऐसा. तो उसके लिए हमें क्या समझ में आ रहा है, पहले इस पैटर्न को समझने की कोशिश करो. ठीक है. सो पहले रो में कितने 1, सेकेंड रो में कितने 3, 5, 7, 9. So all are in the odd numbers. The number of stars are in the odd numbers. Second thing, what we can observe here, symmetry. So symmetricity is there. Symmetry is there. Number of stars are increasing in the odd numbers. Okay. Then what we can see here is that these are the open space, like the blank spaces. So यहाँ पे हमने blank space काफी ज़्यादा generate किए हैं. So इसको यहाँ पे put करने के लिए इस position पे हमने क्या किया होगा? Suppose that अगर हमने खाली 5 rows generate करने थे, तो पहले क्या होगा? 2 into 5, 10 plus 1, 11 stars. 11 स्टार हमने जनरेट किया. उस 11 को जनरेट किया हमने, और उसके बाद हमें पता है कि 11 से 9 आएगा, और 9 में से गया तो 2 बचे, बिकॉज 11 minus 9 is 2. तो हम एक स्पेस इधर ऐड करेंगे, एक स्पेस हम इधर ऐड करेंगे. इज इट क्लियर और नॉट? बहुत ही सिंपल वे में आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड वंस अगेन. हमें इस पैटर्न को ड्रॉ करना, ऊपर वाले को. हमें टोटल 5 रोज के लिए ट्रायंगल बनाना इन दिस स्ट्रक्चर. सो हाउ इट कैन बी डन इज दैट वी नो लाइक 5 रोज होने चाहिए. तो 2 into 5, 10 plus 1, 11 stars will be there in the last row. Fine. Then one layer above it will be 9 stars. Very simple, because हमें odd में follow करना है. Fine. सो अब 8 चाहिए, 9 चाहिए, तो हमें एक स्पेस इधर छोड़ देंगे, एक स्पेस हम इधर छोड़ देंगे। इतना क्लियर है और नॉट? तो अगर आप इधर ही करोगे तो सिमेट्रिसिटी नहीं आएगी। अगर आप इस पूरे को एक साइड पे रख दोगे तो सिमेट्रिसिटी नहीं आएगी। और ट्रायंगल वी नो इज अ वेरी सिमेट्रिक डायग्राम। देन वी हैव टू गो टू द अपर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इट। सो अपर स्ट्रक्चर में पता है यहाँ पे 9 है तो यहाँ पे कितना होगा 7। अगर यहाँ पे 7 है तो यहाँ पे कितना होगा, एक स्पेस खाली, यहाँ पे एक स्पेस होगा खाली। देन यहाँ 7 है तो यहाँ पे कितना होगा 3। अगर यहाँ पे 3 है तो यहाँ पे स्पेस क्या होगा खाली, यहाँ पे स्पेस क्या होगा खाली। देन यहाँ पे आएगा 1, यहाँ पे एक स्पेस होगा खाली, यहाँ पे एक स्पेस होगा खाली। इतना क्लियर और नॉट क्लियर बताओ गाइस प्लीज। हेलो,
या जैसे 11 स्टार्स है तो उसके ऊपर 11 खाली होगा या 9?
नहीं उसके ऊपर खाली नहीं होगा, ये 11 स्टार्स है। अगली रो में कितने स्टार जाएंगे 9, फिर 7 या 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1। एम आई राइट?
या
अगर नीचे रो में 11 स्टार्स है, ऊपर में 9 है, तो कितने स्पेस बचे आपके 2। तो आपको वो 2 स्पेस को इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना पड़ेगा सिमेट्री के लिए।
राइट।
इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना तो एक स्पेस क्या करोगे आप लेफ्ट में डालो, एक स्पेस आप राइट में डालोगे।
राइट।
देन हम नेक्स्ट रो पे जाएंगे। तो नेक्स्ट रो पे कितना होगा हमारा, नेक्स्ट रो पे हमारा आएगा कितना आएगा यार, 9 है तो फिर आएगा 7। अब 7 में भी फिर 9 था नीचे, 7 ऊपर है, तो एक 2 बचे, एक लेफ्ट में जाएगा एक राइट में जाएगा, स्पेस खाली। एम आई राइट?
राइट।
And so on, this pattern will be followed to the top. Okay, so this is how it can be drawn. So yeah, I don't want to I have not drawn this structure with the help of recursion problem, but now I can think of how to draw this design with the help of recursion problem as well, but I will do this later on my own first, and then I will explain you with the help of recursion. Right now I'll be explaining you it with the help of for loop concept. ओके, सो उसके लिए पहले आपको ये चीज समझना जरूरी था जो मैंने बताया आपको, ठीक है। दैट इज पहला पैटर्न स्टेप क्या होगा, यू विल आस्क द यूजर टू गिव द नंबर ऑफ रोज दैट यू वांट टू जनरेट इन द ट्रायंगल। अगर आप 10 दोगे, जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, अगर हमने n इक्वल टू 10 दिया है तो हमारे लास्ट रो में कितने ये आएंगे स्टार्स। Divyanshi, can you tell me if you have given number of rows is 10, so last row में कितने stars आएंगे आपके? Divyanshi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm asking, if you are giving number of rows as 10, so how many stars will be there in the last row? No idea?
Sorry, sir.
मैं ये पूछ रहा हूं, अगर आप नंबर ऑफ रोज 5 दे रहे हो तो लास्ट रो में कितने स्टार्स आएंगे?
Sir, if you are forming this pyramid, then
Yes, definitely पिरामिड फॉर्म करना है हमें। Okay, fine. Anyone can tell me, if we have the number of rows as 10, so how many stars will be there in the last row?
21.
19.
19? No, 1 plus होगा, ठीक है। So 21 will be there because 10 है ना, 2 into 10 plus 1। ये देखो यार, एक सेकेंड, just give me a minute. 2 into 1. No, sorry, 19 is the right answer, definitely. So 19 is the right answer. Okay, so 1 will be less. Yeah. 21 होगा जब हम 2n plus 1 करेंगे। Yes. 5 rows के लिए हमारे पास 19 होगा। Yeah, you are right. Fine. So फाइन. सो देन हमारा सेकंड स्टेप क्या होगा? तो फर्स्ट स्टेप होगा हमारे पास कि नंबर ऑफ स्टार्स हमारे कितने होने चाहिए फिक्स्ड लास्ट रो में. देन हमारा काम होगा एक रो ऊपर जाने का. ऊपर की रो में हमारे कितने स्टार्स होंगे? दो से कम करेंगे हम. एम आई राइट और नॉट? बताओ भाई प्लीज यार. विल डिक्रीज विद द हेल्प ऑफ 2 और नॉट?
Yeah.
Great. So we'll decrease the number with 2 each time. Okay, so पहले 11 आया तो फिर 9 आएगा, फिर 7 आएगा, फिर 5 आएगा, फिर 3 आएगा, फिर 2, फिर 5, 3, फिर 1 आएगा. So 11, 9, 7, 5, सॉरी यहाँ से 11 है. 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Got it? Then 11 पे 9 को सिमेट्रिक स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ पुट करने के लिए हमें एक लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे एक राइट हैंड साइड पे स्पेस क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. एंड सो ऑन द अबव स्ट्रक्चर. सो नाउ जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पैटर्न. मैंने क्या किया है? सी. सो जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, मैं यहाँ पे 2n+1 लेके चल रहा हूँ. एक एक्स्ट्रा ड्रॉ करना चाह रहा हूँ मैं. ठीक है, फाइन यार, सॉरी, एक सेकेंड. ओके, सो सी, first we are saying that n starts n. So n is the argument that is telling you how many number of rows we want to pass. Okay, then we are generating how many values we want to generate. That is 2n+1. So if it is 10, so it will be 21. Then we know that we have to follow only the. देखो ये प्रॉब्लम है फॉर लूप से कर रहा हूँ. रिकर्शन से आई वाज फाइंडिंग लिटिल बिट टू कॉम्प्लेक्स. I was not able to generate that structure in my mind at that time, but now I can design that structure. Okay, so later on I'll do with the help of recursion as well. So एक ही प्रॉब्लम को मल्टीपल तरीके से सॉल्व कर सकते हो, and that approach only you have to understand as a programmer. Okay, so see, so सबसे पहले हमने क्या किया? We designed, like, found the maximum number of triangles which have to be there in the last row. Okay, so 2 10s are 20 plus 1 21. Then we have to find the number of triangles in each row, and that is very simple. It will be simple, like 1 to the last number at a gap of 2. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So that I'm generating here. Then what I have to do here is that, see, I told you, like, we have to generate the spaces also in each row. So for that, what I'm doing here is that for I in per underscore row. So per row is this. So row 1, like 5, expand. Fine. So for I in this particular number, that is हर रो में जहां पे इतने स्टार जाएंगे वहां पे कितने स्पेसेस हमें क्रिएट करनी है. ओके, सो what I'm doing here is that I'm going to this particular loop per underscore row, and then I'm subtracting my I. So for the first time, I will be what? 1. Values how much? 11. Sorry, 2 times 20 plus 1, 21. So I'm finding out the first row information first. Okay, so 21 minus 1, how much it will be? 20. Divide by 2. 20 divided by 2 will be how much? 5. Again, I'm 10 later, fine. Give me 20. 2, 10 jar 20 plus 1, 21. So 21 minus 1, 20 divided by 2, 10 aayega. Okay? So 10. So it means that we should add 10 space on the left hand side, 10 space on the right hand side, and the number of star in between. So see, print spaces. Spaces is what? How many empty space you want to generate. वो structure follow करने के लिए into a open space plus I into a star, because I हमारा क्या पहली बार 1. So 1 into a star, एक star plus स्पेसेस इनटू ओपन स्पेस। जितने स्पेस आपने लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में दिए उतने स्पेस आप राइट हैंड साइड में दोगे अब। एंड देन okay, fine. So this is for the first time when I is 1. Now we'll go to the second number, that is 3. So val is how much? 21 minus 3, 18 divided by 2, 9. 18 divided by 2, 9. It means 9 into open spaces plus 3 in stars plus 9 spaces on the right hand side. And it will be 5. So 21 minus 5, 16 divided by 2, 8. So 8 space on the left hand side and 5 stars in between, 8 space on the right hand side. And the last number will be your 21. 21 19 होगा. So 21 minus 19, that is 2 divided by 2, 1. So 1 space on the left hand side, 1 space on the right hand side, and so on. So मैं अब 5 अगर देता हूं तो देखो कैसे स्ट्रक्चर बन के आएगा आपका। सी, आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट और नॉट नाउ गाइस? तो मैंने आपको एकदम जीरो लेवल पे लेके समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ पैटर्न्स को। वहीं पर अगर हम यहाँ पे 2 8 माइनस 1 करते तो एक हमारे पास कम आता। ठीक है, गॉट इट? हेलो?
Yeah, Alok, I didn't understand that concept जो पहले पूछा था कि number of rows अगर इतनी है 10 है तो 19।
नहीं, वो आपके ऊपर है। वो 19 में से 21 भी हो सकता है, वो आपके ऊपर है।
Okay.
19 में से 21 हो सकता है, वो फॉर्मूला हमारे हाथ में है। ठीक है, फाइन। एक सेकेंड रुक जाओ प्लीज। अगर मैं 2n माइनस 1 करूं, चेक कर लेते हैं। तो ये नंबर ऑफ रोज कम हो जाएंगे ना? यस, बिकॉज पाइथन में 1 से स्टार्ट होता है, ये प्रॉब्लम आएगी। तो +1 लेके चलते हैं। फाइन, गुड। नाउ we'll have to design the reverse structure of this. So रिवर्स में कुछ नहीं होगा, पूरा पैटर्न आपका सेम रहेगा। सी, पूरा पैटर्न आपका सेम रहेगा, जस्ट आप ये जो नंबर ऑफ रोज का काम स्टार्ट कर रहे हो इसको रिवर्स कर दो एक बार। इसको आप रिवर्स कर दोगे एंड द पैटर्न विल बी देयर इन योर हैंड। अगर मैं इसको -1 कर दूं, फाइन, एक सेकंड। फाइन, यहाँ पे आई विल फाइंड सम, लाइक दिस इज नॉट सिमेट्री राइट नाउ। यहाँ पे प्रॉपर हमने दो को डिफरेंट बना के हमने स्टैकिंग कर दिया। ठीक है, सो आई विल हैव टू फाइंड, एक सेकंड, यस, आई विल हैव टू फाइंड सम आइडिया कि उसको रिवर्स करने के लिए कैसे करेंगे हम अभी। लेकिन आप ये जान जाओ कि रिवर्स ट्रायंगल बनाने के लिए हम ये कोड फॉलो कर सकते हैं। सिंपली जस्ट उसका आप रिवर्स कर दोगे एंड द पैटर्न विल बी समथिंग लाइक दिस। ओके गाइस, so you can see here like going in the reverse order. Okay, so see how is it happening. So val is again 5 2 10 plus 1 11. Per row is again 1 3 5 7 9, but in the reverse order. So now it will be 9 7 5 3 1. So for I in per row, spaces is val -1. So first is what? 9. So val कितना हमारे पास? 11 minus 9 is 2 divided by 2, 1. Okay, so it will add 1 open space on the left hand side, 1 open space on the right hand side, and then I number of stars in between, and so on. The pattern will be followed. Okay, because I is 9, so it will print total 9, 11 stars. 11 stars and 1 1 on the left and the right hand side. Okay. And then we just need to stack these two programs or the functions one over the other, and it will generate you such a diagram. So which I have done here. Now see, अगर हम यहीं पे इसको अब हम करते हैं 10, so you can see now that fine. So now you can see here we are having such a symmetry. Like we just need to divide here this. This is one structure, this is another structure. Got it, guys? Or not? So this is how you can design such structures, designs with the help of recursion, for loop, and all those concepts. Anyone here who is not able to understand and follow these concepts? और किसी को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? So it will be completely fine. If you say that you are not able to understand, then also it will be absolutely fine. Okay, guys. So, but you will have to tell me, then only I can try to explain in another way. If you will not, that I can't do anything. Fine. Yeah. Fine, guys. So time is 6:30. And today we'll have to finish a little bit early because I have some task to do. Okay, guys. So if any of you have any doubt till here, you can ask me right now. Please. Fine, let me ask one by one. Now, Vaishnavi, are you able to follow up these things or not?
Yes, but वो उसकी practice करनी पड़ेगी थोड़ा.
वो तो definitely करनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है? क्योंकि ये trust me on this. Like एक second. So